active grass seating. Okay, any other questions on this side? Yeah. Good stuff. Okay, what about the other side? Any questions from the other side? Still got about 4 minutes. Questions about Aotearoa, New Zealand? Or was this just too easy? Okay. Same country. Aotearoa translates to long white cloud, or the land of the long white cloud. That name is associated with the voyages of Kupe and Ngahui. This building next door is named after one of those navigators, Kupe. They sailed in the 10th century from Tahiti, sailing southwest into the Southern Ocean. They arrived in that part of the ocean and saw the cloud formations above the horizon, which was a signpost, still is a signpost, that there is land underneath. Okay, so the islands that they found were those that were discovered some 3 centuries before that time by the navigator and explorer whose name is Maori, who was famous before the Moana movie. Okay, he's not a cartoon, he's a real person in Polynesia. He's known everywhere, everybody knows Maui. Now, that information and knowledge about that land was brought back to Tahiti, and for the next 4 centuries, there was ocean voyaging, navigation, and movement of people back and forth crisscrossing the Pacific. And so right up to about the 15th century, and then all of a sudden stopped for a number of reasons. Now, there's a province there called Zeeland. So the Dutch were the first Europeans to that part of the world, and they put it onto their maps as New Zealand. And then Captain Cook put it on his map and it became New Zealand. There you go, the English. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is a cultural setting, we call it marae. And throughout Aotearoa, New Zealand today, there are well over 800 marae. And these places for us are really the last bastion where culture, tradition, custom, practices still. The kalama. The calls extended to the 4 winds as we welcome you here. Continue to preserve these traditional sounds, but we were influenced, and at the turn of the 20th century we began to sing like this. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Maori music. All right. So there were many changes that took place over time, and through the periods of colonization, there were a lot of tragedies and negative things that happened, but we survived, and we've moved on, and we're moving forward. And that's why this generation now has great opportunity to be educated, just next door over the fence. Go there Monday through Friday, classes in the morning, come over here in the afternoon about 12:30 and perform, share culture, learn more about themselves as they train as well, and interact with visitors from all over the world. Priceless experiences that they will and are having. We'd like to introduce to you our wahine, our ladies. We're going to invite them to introduce themselves by their name, of course, and the tribal affiliation that they have, as well as their university major. Kia ora. It's our wahine because right now they're going to highlight their skills with an implement unique to Aotearoa. We call it Poi. Now, if you had the opportunity of visiting Hawaii this afternoon, you still have the opportunity because they have a final performance at 5 o'clock. So if you haven't seen them, it's just behind this building, 2 bridges away. Okay, not too far. But in most parts of Polynesia, poi is food. Not so in Aotearoa. Poi here is a light ball attached to a cord. And there are 5 different categories of poi. And so we're going to invite our ladies to share with you each of those categories now. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Poi Maori. They make it look so easy, don't they? Now, one of the more difficult skills of the poi is the 5th category, and the twirling of 2 long poi in both hands, on both ends. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the poi Maori. Now, there may have been just a few of you here this afternoon thinking to yourselves, I could do that. The answer is yes, right over there. After the program, come on over. We're going to teach you how to twirl the Poi Wairua. It's the long. All right, now we're going to put our students to a bit of a challenge here with a traditional Maori game. This game is called Titi Tore, and it's actually available to any of our visitors who want to have a go right inside that building, Kupe. This game is really, as most games were, traditionally a military game. So in childhood, lots of games were available, activities were available, and all of those focused on preparation for warfare. In adolescence, there was the more formal training that would begin. But on Kiwa, right in the middle of the action, 6 flying from both directions. Now for the real test of skill. All right, everyone. Used as a way of acknowledging important people, occasions, celebrating the events in our lives of the greatest significance from birth to death. So whatever you're celebrating with us this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, we honor and acknowledge all of you with Haka. Ladies and gentlemen, Haka. Ladies and gentlemen, we just want to assure all of you here this afternoon that that was the peaceful Haka. As we bid you farewell, and again invite you to join the islands of Tonga or Hawaii at 5 o'clock.